Lakshmi Onosun. Hi, welcome to Infinite Creations episode 4. Today is Monday, November 2nd, 2015. I'm Lakshmi, also known as Knitter by Nature on Ravelry and Instagram. You can find show notes at infinitecreationspodcast.blogspot.com. Don't forget to join the Ravelry group and please subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get updated every time I upload an episode. Welcome! It's been a couple weeks since I last recorded, so a lot has happened. First of all was the New York Sheep and Wool Festival that was on October 18th and 19th in Rhinebeck, New York. It's my fave place to go this time of year. I was able to go with Stephanie, XDO Mom, and Hazel Baby on Ravelry. And we had a great time. So I do have a little bit of stash enhancement to show you. I was only able to go on Saturday, and I hope some of you were able to go as well. And of course, Halloween was last Saturday. I took my 13-year-old son out trick-or-treating probably for the last time. He's pretty convinced that's not something high schoolers do. So he dressed up as a gladiator, and I didn't really have a costume, so I just threw on my sunflower shawl and pretended to be a sunflower. Here's what the back looks like. It was a really good excuse to wear the shawl. So I've been knitting a few more things, new yarns, new things. One of which is a hat that I have finished. The pattern is Sprague Cloche by Alana Dakos. And I'll put it on to show you. It has this lovely embossed leaf panel that goes across the front. You knit this side to side, and then you pick up stitches to knit the crown. This is knit in Gales Art Superstar DK. And I was a little worried in the beginning that it was a little too variegated a color for this hat. You can see some of the brown is striping here, but the leaves still show up pretty well. So I'm really happy with how it came out. It's my favorite hat to wear, and everyone that I show to wants to knit their own. Another hat I've been working on is the Perennial, also by Alana Dakos. Now, I had started this in some Knit Picks acrylic, and I wasn't loving how it was coming out. I kind of lost my place where I was in the pattern, and I decided I was just going to rip it out and restart it in a new yarn. That's what I did. I found this great shade of brown at Fiber Optics in Rhinebeck and decided to make the Perennial with this. Thought it was a great idea, and I knit a little bit more than I got on the first hat before I decided I'm not really loving it. You can't really see the leaf panel at all. I don't know if it's because it's too dark or too variegated, but it's not working out. And the yarn is really tightly plied. I think it would work better for mitts. I've only really been working on a few other things. I've been working on my Archangel ankle socks, knit out of Malabrigo sock in the Archangel colorway. As you remember, this is the first one. And I started the heel flap for the second one. I'm using a simple slip stitch pattern for the heel, and I'm about halfway done with that part. I do carry this around with me, but I've been working more on a hat for my husband than I've been working on this. I'll show you that. It's the Jacques Cousteau hat, and I'm using Brown Sheep Nature Spun in the espresso color. And this is really working up nice. It's a simple ribbing, and I'm going to make it a little bit shorter than what the directions say. My husband did look at the pattern and he approved of it, but he wants a shallower brim. The original pattern, you can roll up the brim about 2 inches, and we're going to leave it at about 1 inch. So working my way on this, it's taking a little while. It's mindless knitting. Like I said, I've been knitting on it in my purse. I've been carrying it in my purse and knitting on it. Another thing I've been working on is the Stained Mystery Cowl by Josh Ricks, and that's knit in Barocco Ultra Alpaca. And if you'd like to see photos of that, you can go to my project page. It is a mystery and I don't want to put out any spoilers. I've been knitting a scarf for my son for Christmas. It is the Frog Scarf by Morehouse Designs, and I'm about halfway done with it. It's got a garter stitch head, a stockinette stripe body with a jogless stripe method, and then it has little legs coming out when it's finished. Complete with toes and all. Now my son knows about this project because he hasn't seen me knitting on it in a while, so I think he'll be plenty surprised if I have it ready for him by Christmas. Now this is knit in Morehouse 3-strand yarn or 2-strand. It's a sport weight. I think it's 2-strand. It's very soft and I think he'll like it a lot. Okay, let me show you a little bit of what I got at Rhinebeck. One of the first booths we stopped in was the Into the World booth. And I picked up some Pokoku sock in the Cripple Creek colorway. Now this is a 4-ply superwash merino and nylon blend. 75-25 ratio. Now this color is a little more masculine than I would normally choose. I was first thinking I was going to knit socks for my son, but I don't know. I think it would make a really pretty shawl. Kind of foresty. Now you can't go to the Into the World booth without checking out their fiber. Not only did I check some out, I brought some home with me. I picked up this lovely shade of Merino Bamboo Silk 50-25-25. It's got pinks and grays and white and black. And I think this will be really fun to spin with my new spindle from Spin City. Speaking of my spindle, I received my spindle from Spin City UK, and I'm so happy with it. It's got beautiful pressed flowers and glitter in the whorl, a nice long shaft, and she even included some free merino. I'm really happy with how it spins. It seems to have just about the right weight. And so not only do I have this pretty purple color, I also have pink, blue, and yellow that I've been spinning. At the Gales Art booth, I was able to find some new arms for my trindle. This is the Alpaca Angora Angelina blend that I got at New York, Connecticut Sheep and Wool last year. At the Gales Art booth, I also found some new arms for my trindle. I got some glass. I got some black onyx beads to put on it. And before I had little owls, but they weren't working out so great. I think they're a little bit too lightweight. These seem to work out much better. I just wrap it around, start spinning. This is the Alpaca, Angora, and Stellina blend that I got at the Connecticut Sheep and Wool Festival last year. And it is a dream to spin on my trindle. I'm really enjoying it now that I have new arms for it, of course. Okay, so speaking of spinning, I picked up a gradient from Fiber Optics. I got this wonderful gradient. Sorry about the crinkling. This is 80/20 merino silk in the evergreen to cranberry colorway. Or cranberry to evergreen, sorry. I hope you can see it through the packaging. I don't really want to take it out of the packaging because it'll get dirty. Cat, dog hair, all that. So I got that. And then at Gail's art booth, I picked up some BFL. And this is in the colorway Big O. It's 100% BFL. Not sure if I'll spin this on my wheel or my spindle yet. I think I'm going to spin the gradient on my wheel. Of course, I had to pick out something for my son, so I brought home this cute little felted pumpkin. And we're kind of sharing it. It is hanging out in my craft area. But I love it. Not sure what booth it's from, but they had a bunch of little pumpkins, and of course I chose the orange one. So glad you were able to spend some time with me. I'll see you next week. Happy knitting!